Hey everybody, it's Dave Juno. How you all doing? I'm doing pretty good for Wednesday. Hope you are too. Earlier today, I saw a post saying, "How do you educate friends and family of Meniere's disease?" Very good, very good post, very good question, and it's a very hard question to answer. Um, because educating somebody who doesn't have these issues can be extremely frustrating for you and stressed out. The best way to explain it is just tell them what it is. Tell them the symptoms that you get. Explain to them what it is. Explain how they diagnose it. Explain all these things, and be upfront. Don't bush around. Don't beat around the bush, and don't make your own things up. Tell them what it is. And a lot of them are going to say, "Oh my God, geez, I never realized." And some are going to be, yeah, okay, whatever, whatever, yeah. And explain to them, yeah, I'm not always going to be able to make events and or parties and weddings, and I'm not going to feel good all the time, but when I do, I'll promise I'll be there, blah 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 blah. And some of them go, that's great, that's all we ask. We don't expect you to be at everything, but this is great, blah blah blah. Some friends are gonna be like, yeah, okay. Some family too. Um, and explaining, and you can't force somebody to understand it. They're either going to want to understand it or they're not. Seriously, get down to brass tacks. They're either going to want to know or they don't want to know. They're either going to accept it or they're not going to accept it. They're either going to think you made it up or they're going to believe you. That's really not your business. And that was my friend Gina taught me a long time ago. What somebody thinks of you is not your business. As long as you know inside, that's all that matters. Okay? And yeah, you're going to have some friends that are going to actually look it up. They're going to try to help you any way they can, whether it's rides or this or make accommodations for you. And then you're going to have friends that are going to be like, yeah, whatever. Okay? And it's going to be like that with family too. I'm kind of lucky. A lot of my family understand. They check in with me. They do things, especially my father's side of the family. They check in with me. They make sure I'm okay. Every couple of weeks, my cousin Karen will text me or call me and say, "Hey, Dave, just thinking about you. Want to know what's going on? How you doing? Blah blah blah." And she lives all the way down in Florida. She used to live near me, but now she lives in Florida. And my cousin Ann, and my cousin Teresa, my cousin Terry down in New Jersey, my cousin Mary Rose, who she had an acoustic neuroma, and the doctors messed up the surgery, so it looks like she has Bell's palsy all the time. But she's a beautiful woman. I love her. She used to live right across the street from me at one point. Um, but I'm lucky in that way. Not everybody's going to be lucky. But if you really want somebody to try to really understand what you're going through, there are a few things that you can do. One is take them to an appointment with you. Take them to your ENT. I've done it. Not only have I taken my wife, I've taken my kids, I've taken my mother-in-law, my friend Diane, not my wife Diane, but I have a friend Diane. She was great when I had my first surgery because we were really close, so she would drive me when my wife was working. So, and my friend Michelle too, she was awesome. She still is, but she lives too far away from me now. But she used to come and get me out of the house, take me to the beach, take me wherever I wanted to go. Um, you know, bring your friends to the doctors. The other one is tell them to Google it. Not Google AI, but Google it. Look it up. Okay, you can look it up on you. That's something you can look it up on WebMD. Not diagnose yourself, but look it up on WebMD. Or just Google it. And the other thing which I do is I tell people to go to my channel because there's 200 some odd videos where you will hear about surgeries and how to get SSDI and how my daily interactions are and how I deal with everything. And you can learn a lot. I've told people that have asked me personally, you know, how can I get my husband or my wife to understand this. And one person actually a few years ago asked me to make a video about it. And I went, well, okay. So I did. And that video is called Meniere's. It's real. And it's awful. And I made that, I put it out. I'm sure a lot of people have seen it. Um, and her husband understood as soon as he saw that video. And a lot of other people have told me the same thing because I've recommended the same thing. As soon as they showed it to somebody, they really understood it. And I think that's the one where I made, a part of it is I made while I was having an attack. I think that was the one where I had my glasses off. I was like this on the camera. And they got it. They finally understood. So you can direct them to my channel, direct them to that video I just said. You can just type in Meniere's It's Awful on the search bar, and it'll come out. It'll pop up. Or if you want to up top when you go to YouTube, write down Meniere's It's Awful, the Meniere's Experience, and it will pop up. And that's a way of telling them, showing them how, hey, this guy's got it. Look at what he's doing. Okay. So those are basically really the only things I can tell you to do. The other thing I can say to you is what someone thinks of you or believes you or not is none of your business. Because inside, you know the truth. My friend Gina taught me that 2017, 2018, around that time. What somebody thinks of you is their business. It's not your business. It's theirs. So that really registered with me, and it's helped me a lot. And you're going to get the ones that are going to just not believe you and badger you. I mean, I was at a wake in August, and one of my cousins, who hadn't seen me in a while, asked me, how's work going? I was like, I've been retired since 2018. Medically for Meniere's disease, and she started yelling and screaming and not about feeling awful for me, almost like she was jealous that I've been retired since I was 52 years old, or 51. I was going into my 52nd year, so 51. And it was more of jealousy that I stopped working and I'm on disability, and I started screaming, and I was like, I walked away. That's a cousin. That's a family member. I walked away. I have not talked to them since. I've blocked them on Facebook. I don't care. Yeah, we're cousins. That's great. Yeah, I love you. I still love you, but I don't need to put up with you. And I just want arm's length. Done. I don't want to deal with them. Because the rest of that family that she's part of, they call me and ask me how I'm feeling, how I'm doing. This one went off, this one started saying, oh my God, that's awful. Wow. And it just went off on me. Like I'm some sort of jerk. So yeah, you're gonna get it. I get it. And what I just say. What that cousin thinks of me, not my business. It's her, not my business. Not my circus. I know inside what's true. And so do you. So if somebody's giving you a hard time, just walk away. You don't need it. You know the truth. And that's all you need to know. That's all they need to know. So on that note, I do hope this helps that person and other people who are having a hard time explaining to them what Meniere's is. But don't force them to understand it, accept it, and to make all these changes for you, because that's not going to happen. It doesn't happen it hasn't happened in my own house. Okay? My youngest and my oldest boy think that my cochlear implant can actually translate mumble. Or talk like this. Talk like this. They think it can translate that. It doesn't. But I've had this for a year and a half. I've had cross hearing aids for 4 years. And I'm still going, what? Every time they talk to me. So I don't get mad anymore because it's not worth it. They're not going to make the adjustment, so it's going to continue to be a pain in the ass. What? Um, and that's it. So, hope you guys have a great night, and I will talk to you all soon. I hope it helps. And remember, inside, you don't need validation from anybody else. And I'll talk to you all later. Bye.